I went to college and all I got was a piece of paper. I didn't get a business. That made sense? I'm like, so you mean tell me if I just bust my ass for this, I can have this? And he said, well, yeah. I said, cool, sign me up. But it's because I cared to. I came into the situation no different than playing sports, right? Growing up, I would watch Kobe Bryant. I would watch LeBron James, and I would go to the court and I would practice the move. It's the same thing. When I came into it, there's people who's making a lot of money. They're amazing at sales. Hey, bro, you mind if we get dinner? Hey, can I pick your brain? Hey, so how do you handle this? How do you handle that? Like, I'm intentionally trying to get good and trying to get better. That makes sense? And so that's how you gotta look at it. So if you come in with the mindset, I'm intentionally trying to get better, and you align yourself with the people who, the outcome that you want, you're going to get better. And when you get better, you're going to make more money and they actually give you more leverage. That's why they make so much money. That makes sense? And so I know you probably had like a bad experience in the past, but just give yourself a grace enough to know that was just a different situation. You know what I'm saying? I done seen so many people quit on themselves right before the turning point of them becoming great at something.
Man, who you telling? I just had a girl last week that I was getting ready to promote. Man.
And so, and I always say this, in mentoring people, what I found out is that most people have self-limited beliefs. It's not that people don't believe in you. Most people generally don't believe in themselves. I think that most people truly underestimate what they can accomplish, so they don't even try. Or even when they do try, anytime they feel any sense of adversity, they go back to what's comfortable. But here's the thing, your comfort zone is a beautiful place to be, but nothing grows there. You can't expect your money to grow if you're not willing to grow. It kind of go hand in hand. And so oftentimes when you're in a space where you're uncomfortable, that's exactly where you need to be, because when you think about the word uncomfortable, I'm so uncomfortable, I'll do anything to be comfortable, which means you'll be proactive. And that's how you actually grow. That makes sense?
So what stage in your life when you never felt in yourself that maybe this isn't like the right move, or this isn't like the right choice that I should be making for myself? Did you have like that turning point? Where
Yeah, so I'll tell you when I was
No.
I was at FedEx, right? I don't lie to you, I was at FedEx, right? So you got mind you, I went to school for business. I played basketball, right? Fast 4 years later, I'm working at FedEx. I always saw myself running a business. I never saw myself being an employee, but I'm a man, I gotta get money, I can't just be laying on my ass, right? So now I'm at FedEx and I'm working. And I had a situation to where I had an auntie who ended up having cancer, right? It came back, whatever it is, and I'll never forget, I told my GM, I was like, hey listen, I gotta go to a funeral this weekend. I came in on that Tuesday, and my GM looked at me and told me, hey, I don't think that they're gonna let you off for the funeral. And the reason why he said that is because during this time, it was peak season. And that's the holidays, right? So there's a lot of packages coming in and out, and I took their hub from being number 33 in the nation to being number 3. So it's like, it'll fuck up their bottom line. That makes sense? How I'm looking at it is like, this is my fucking auntie. I'm going to the funeral. So I looked at him and I'm like, bro, I wasn't asking you, I'm telling you. But in that moment, I realized they saw me as a number. But that moment needed to happen because it reminded me in the first place, I never wanted to be an employee.
Yes, sir.
That made sense? I put a job application in. I came in Orlando, met my mentor, his name was Leroy Henderson, and he explained to me about marketing and sales, right? I always knew that I wanted to run a business. I knew how to manage people. I knew how to lead people. I just didn't know how to sell. So I know I needed that skill set. And so when I came in and he told me, hey, within 6 to 12 months, you can have your own business, you can have your own office. I was like, well, I went to college and all I got was a piece of paper. I didn't get a business. That made sense? I'm like, so you mean tell me if I just bust my ass for this, I can have this? And he said, well, yeah. I said, cool, sign me up. Now, for most people, that sounds crazy. But for me, I know what I wanted. You see what I'm saying? I knew how I saw myself. And it always boils back to that. How do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself at in 10 years, 20 years? What life do you want to give your wife? What life do you want to give your kids? As a man, it's our job to prepare for that. Something that my dad always taught me. The 2 things that you can't control in your life is your preparation towards things and your responses towards things. Depending on how you control the 2 things is going to determine what type of life you're going to have. But here's the thing. Most people live in a state of responding, But if you're the prep for in the first place, you won't be responding to it in a second.
Yes, sir.
That makes sense? So if you prepare for the future, when the future get here, you're okay. If you don't prepare for the future, when the future get here, you're fucked.
Yes, sir.
That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
And so it goes back to, what do you want? Where do you see yourself long term? What do you want out of life?
What do I want out of
Yeah.
life? To own my own business one day.
Well, this is the road to help you get there. And the good thing is that, and what I love about when I came in years ago is because not only was I getting the opportunity to get there, but I had the network of people that was going to assure that I get there. That makes sense?
But you had that comfort zone knowing those people wanted you to get there, though. If you had, let's say, it was you and you. It's you and you. Nobody else come to save you, none of it.
Yeah.
How do you go about yourself knowing that nobody else come to save you? You don't got no back way out.
Yeah. Well, oftentimes it's where you need to be.
You don't need no backup.
Sometimes the problem is people don't know how they back up against the wall. Sometimes people have too many options. Right? That's why when you wake up in the morning and you have so many clothes, oftentimes when you have so many clothes, you choose none. It'll take you a long time, but when you have a uniform, you just wake up and put a uniform on.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? So a person always have plan A, plan B, plan C. Sometimes when you only have plan A, you make plan A work. That makes sense? But that's the whole goal. What I learned throughout sales and what I learned throughout this business and this industry, that true security comes from you. I feel so comfortable and so liberated in the fact that if you take everything that I have away from me and you put me in China, you put me in Puerto Rico with no place to stay, no money, no car, you give me a week, 2 weeks, I'll have it back.
Yes, sir.
That's what true security is. That makes sense? Knowing that you can rely on yourself at any moment, at any given time to do what you need to do in order to get shit done. Oftentimes people don't realize that confidence comes from the reputation that you have with yourself. So if you have a history of saying that you're going to do something and not do it, that's now why, now when you get into new stuff, of course you feel like you're not going to do it because you have a history of not doing it. But if you have a history of doing it, your mind you think to yourself, I can do anything because I always did it. That makes sense? It's the confidence, it's the reputation that you have with yourself. That makes sense? And so you're in the right position. How old are you?
19.
Bro, you're fucking 19.
You got time to figure it out.
Bro, man.
Think when you-
Oh my God. I said, oh my, I thought you were like 24, 25. Oh my God. Yeah, man, listen, the worst thing that's gonna happen to you is that you try and fail. Man, you got so much time to like try and fail.
Fact.
Like, oh my God, I wish I would have came into the business at 19 years old.
What was you doing at 19? Playing basketball?
Yeah. Playing basketball and chasing girls. Like, I wish I would have came in at 19.
I ain't actually.
Man, you got so much time. And so how cool would it be is that you come in, let's say a year, 2 years, doesn't matter, but 21, you have your own business. That's still young, right? And here, when you get to management, I don't think it's no management, because they make anywhere between 95 and 100K their first year, but honestly right now, I don't think there's no owners that's making less than 100K a year. So when you look at that, 6 to 12 months of you just grinding, 6 to 12 months of you suffering, 6 to 12 months of you just learning, because what's happening is you're learning 5 to 10 years of business, marketing, sales in 6 to 12 months. So it's intense. The whole goal is not to be the best sales rep. The whole goal is to get to the minimum trade program so you can actually be running your own situation. In order to do that, you got to have all the skill sets so you know what you're going to actually be managing and running so you can be effective at it. That makes sense? I'm an athlete, but I never played soccer. I played basketball, I ran track, and I played football. I can't just go try to be a soccer coach if I ain't never played soccer. That makes sense? And so if you see yourself running your own business, now in your 19s and 20s, I always say it's all about getting the skills. The skills that you get is going to pay you all the money that you want to make. Right? And so you get your skills in the 20s, you apply those skills, you start making money in the 30s, then you start investing, and then next thing you know, about 40s, 50s, you retire, because now your money is making money for you. So you're actually in the right position. So whether you know it or not, you're actually ahead of most people at 19 years old, because I wasn't doing that at 19 years old. That makes sense? And so if you apply yourself, by the time you get to my age, which I'm 30, so I'm getting old, you'll be better off than I am. That makes sense? All right? He always call me old. He always call me
You
old.
gotta bet on yourself. I though.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
always bet on myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make something shake.
But I think it's, with me, it's like, because I used to weld, and
Uh-huh.
I seen the money before.
Yeah.
But my thing is, sometimes it's hard to believe in myself when everybody around me is like, what the hell are you doing? Like,
What
in Jacksonville,
I'm glad you
child health.
I'm glad you said that, right? And I'm glad you said that because that's very important that oftentimes people don't realize. So most people have an idea of who they might want to be. Most people have an idea of how they might want to live, but they're not in the environment that help cultivate that. And that's the biggest part, right? If you're not in the environment that's going to help cultivate that, then you're never going to be able to reach that. That makes sense? And so if you dream so big, but you're surrounded by people who dream small, on those bad days, they're going to talk you out of your dream. It's going to sound something like this. And sometimes it's family members or friends. Hey, well, why don't you go try this? Well, I mean, it seems like you're not really, liking it right now. How about you go do this? I remember when you told me about blah, blah. Now, they're not doing it purposely. All they see is that their child, their brother is hurting. So they're just trying to do their best to console you and help you navigate the pain that you're going through. They don't know that that's actually a moment for you, right? And so because you're in that moment and they're feeding you that, and when you buy into that, now they talk you out of your dream. And then now once you get to 75 years old, now you have all this resentment because you know that you could have, would have, should have been somebody and you wasn't that person because you let doubt, fear, other people get in the way of all that happening. That makes sense? So it's important to where you surround yourself around people because the truth of the matter is that some days you might not have it, right? And that's the whole point of the culture here. You might not have your confidence. You might not be motivated. But then you got a TQ, and then you got a Devin, then you got a Sierra, where you can kind of lean and get some energy from them, and vice versa, because some days they might not have it. That's the whole point of a team, right? We play sports, right? I might be in a game, I just might be off this game. So I'm going to need my teams to help me. We're going to have to figure out a way to win. That's the importance of team. Nobody got to success by themselves. There's no such thing as self-made. Somebody learned from somebody or they had a team that helped them get there. That's kind of how that works. That makes sense? So yeah, it's okay to have doubts. They always say if your dreams doesn't scare you, they're not big enough. That makes sense? But you can't be courageous without having fear. So you can be fearful, but do it anyway. That's how you build courageousness. That makes sense? So you all good. Go out there, you're going to have fun. You go out Christian, you're going to take some no's, and you're going to work through it. When you get out there, you're going to realize it ain't that bad.